segment, Look What I Found.
I don't know if I should be scared or nervous about this segment. So both, okay. Every Thursday, Theron Zahn is going to join us with items that we might have a tough time identifying. So Theron is in the Arc Lounge this morning. All right, Theron, before the break, we got a little tease of this. Looks like there's like some little horn, maybe a little scale or something. What is that thing?
Well, before we get to revealing what this is and sort of explaining where I got it, let's sort of let you know, since this is the premiere episode, the pilot, so to speak, of this segment, Look What I Found is literally just that. Look what I found. I may find things. I find things all the time. Sometimes in stores, sometimes junk shops, sometimes on the ground, and I'll bring it in, and sometimes it'll be mysterious like this time, and then sometimes it'll be really obvious what it is. But just, I find things, and it's like the 10-year-old in me. It's like, hey, look what I found. So that's the bottom line of this segment.
I like the idea.
I like the idea too. Are you storing them in your house? You have like a collector's shelf
or something?
Where
do you keep these things?
My house is basically an antique mall without the price tags.
Oh, okay.
It's full of all kinds of things, and I'm finally going to make use of them by putting them on TV. And this thing, though, is something that I found recently, and we put it online, and we were asking people to guess what they thought it was. One of the guesses we got so far was an old fairy foghorn. A viewer guessed that already, but that's not necessarily what it is. And I don't want to hear a bunch of groans at the end when I finally reveal what it is and what it does, and say that I sort of faked everybody out. But this is what this is a collection of parts. There's a gentleman who puts these together and sells them. I found this at an antique mall in Pierce County, and actually gave this as a gift. So I had to borrow it back from the Christmas. It was a Christmas gift. I had to borrow it back to put it on TV. But what you can see here is, you see this is a horn. Right here is an old-fashioned gauge. Now, where did all this come from? There's a clue to be found down here, and if you can zoom in a little bit, you can see it's from the U.S. Department of Navy. What does it say there? What does it say? Oh, the Bureau of Ships. Oh, yeah, and you can see it actually has a number on it to show that it is official. But again, what do you guys think it is before I actually say what it is?
Tyra?
It sounds like that viewer guess might be a little bit close. We've got a horn. It comes from some sort of ship. I thought it was a radio at first. It looks like a radio.
Oh, because of this part right here.
Yeah.
It looks like it could be.
It looks like it could play music.
Or some type of scale. I'm sort of thinking, we're kind of on the money here, or at least close to it, with a ship horn of some sort. Yeah,
there was another guess on the Twitters, or formerly Twitter, the X, that this was a train horn, but this actually does something practical. This is a useful, you could use this around your house every day, and that's why I gave it as a gift, because it was very practical.
Okay.
So you both think it has something to do with a ship?
Yes.
Or a radio.
Okay.
Or a radio.
Or a radio.
Go back to the radio answer.
Well, I will give you a hint. It's not a radio, but it does actually have a plug, a cord here, and here is what it is.
A lamp?
And
ta-da!
Here we go.
It's a light?
A lamp.
It is a lamp. This basically there's a guy. I don't even know who he is. He sells these in Pierce County, where he puts together old. Basically, this is for your man cave stuff. He puts together old industrial things, turns them into lamps, so they can have a new life and be appreciated as art. When this gauge here came from a Navy ship long ago, it worked hard probably for a long time. This is an automotive horn right here, probably out of some sort of Navy vehicle or somewhere else. We don't know, but this was the tag when I got it, again, at an antique mall in Pierce County, and I had to buy it as a gift because, the price isn't on. Okay, good, the price isn't on there. But yeah, it is something you can use every day. Who couldn't use another lamp?
Right. Cool. A U.S. Navy truck horn lamp. I love that antiquer is turning antique things into new things.
Yeah, and so in the future, though, if you tune in to Look What I Found, it may be something that may be totally obvious, might take you back, or it might be a mystery like this was this morning. I hope you don't feel like you were sort of faked out.
No, I was almost certain that was a horn, though. I thought I saw that fog.
Not anymore.
That fairy fog or a horn answer on Twitter, and I was like, that seems like it's spot on.
Yeah, technically you all were not wrong. It was a horn turned
just
lamp.
Taking it to another level with the light.
40, 50 years ago.
Interesting.
Well, now
it's pretty cool.
You gave it away as a gift. You're going to have to find one of your own, Theron.
I know. I didn't want to give it as a gift. I really like it.
Can we go shopping in your house?
You know what? I always say, and you know, sometime many years from now, I feel bad for the person who has to put together my estate sale. Because why did he buy this? Oh my goodness, is this worth anything at all?
How often do you go to antique stores, Theron?
I would say at least once a week, if not more frequently. It's very therapeutic. This is the way I describe, and I don't mean antique stores, because antique stores are too expensive for me.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the junk shops, the maybe antique malls, someplace where they have booths. I consider those places museums where you get to touch everything.
Yeah, that's true.
And take it home with you.
It's not behind a case. You can, and if you really like it, you can take it home.
For a pretty inexpensive price, most things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never looked at it that way before.
This was, I don't want to, they're probably not watching. This costs like $125.
Okay. That's not bad for something that's antique, you know?
Yeah, and one of a kind.
A conversation piece, for sure.
Yep.
We'll get a lot of people talking.
That was a good item for the first
Look What I Found
segment. Thank you so much, Theron. Looking forward to next Thursday.
I am too.